Hello and welcome to another episode of the Ascension Café. And I have some wonderful, exciting news to share with you today. But before I do, today's topic very much evolves around what is going on planet Earth from the perspective of each and every one of us who are on the path of awakening and are very consciously aware of what is going on. And we are also very aware that we are to remain grounded, to stay in our heart centers, and to keep anchoring that love. But that isn't always easy, even for those of us who've been on the path for quite some time. It isn't always the easiest thing. I say it all the time to people: remain grounded, remove yourself from the news, and don't buy into the nonsense that's going across social media right now. But it is still really difficult for us to completely detach because ultimately we are empaths. We care. We care what happens across the planet. Mother Earth herself, we hold great love and compassion for her. And then for humanity, that extends to humanity and beyond humanity, the animal kingdom and the planet, the land itself. And of course, there is so much unrest across the globe right now. We are constantly bombarded with news about developments with conflict and war, with things being revealed, people who have been put on pedestals, whether that is in Hollywood or just celebrityism itself. I don't even know if that's a word. I think I just made it up. But basically, what I'm trying to say is there is so much truth being revealed right now. And Mother Earth herself is in this liminal phase. We are moving well and truly out of the old phase, the phase of the wounded masculine, the dark powers, the domineering slavery of humanity, even before we move fully into this golden age that we talk about, this 5D way of living. And yes, of course, not everyone will ascend there. And some souls have very much chosen to stay in the third dimension, and that's okay, because that's their soul's journey in this lifetime. We are all still one, and we are all still a huge collective. And regardless where you are on your spiritual path, we have absolute compassion and love for everyone. And when we are in these tumultuous times, this is the word that Spirit keep giving me, it is so difficult to remain grounded. And we do our practices, we do our daily cleansing every day, our energy management. We clear our field, we ground and protect ourselves. We make good conscious choices not to engage and watch the news, to not be a part of the propaganda, the lies and the deceit and the pantomime, even the circus. Spirit is saying to me, the circus that is playing out right now. But still, because we are empaths, we feel the collective field. And that includes unawakened souls who must be right now either in states of confusion, fear, and certainly feeling like they are on very unstable ground. But so do we. So do we, beloveds. Let's not pretend Come on, let's not be in spiritual dismissal. The world we are living in right now is shifting and changing. Here we go again. It's the tower moment. Things have to crumble to be rebuilt in a higher way that is for everyone's greatest good. But there has to be the storm before the calm. So how can we as awakened souls, as light workers, when we know all we know, we have the faith, the trust that we have in spirit, in the divine, in the great beloved God source, how can we remain grounded and stable through these times when we are literally stood on the deck of a rocky ship that is moving through choppy waters? We don't do it alone. That's the key. We don't try and navigate this time alone. We aren't meant to be alone. One of the reasons we go through past life regression and we have this massive soul remembrance on our awakening path is because we remember people, and in our day-to-day lives, we recognize people we've never met before in this lifetime, but we recognize their souls. And the reason for that is we are meant to come together. We are meant to be in a sacred circle. Spiritual community provides us awakened souls great strength. For each and every one of us, when our light feels dim or our flame starts to diminish, we can hold and support one another through those challenging times, whether that is a journey that you are going on in your own life that is rocky, uncertain, unstable, or whether it is just the collective field itself, the circus, the pantomime that is playing out across planet Earth. We can carry one another through these times. And it's not about escapism. Going into a spiritual community isn't about escapism. It is about actually facing the storm together, but creating a strong, solid, stable foundation, a strong ground to return to whenever you need to support one another. Spiritual community is so important right now. There are so many facilitators setting up different spiritual communities, and this is fundamental. I myself, back in 2020, created my first spiritual community. That was Crystal Club. We were 22 souls strong, and it was beautiful and it was amazing. And since then, I have also created, which is just wonderful, Walking with Angels, Serendipity Soul School, and the Temple of Light. Those have all been spiritual communities. And I have absolutely been truly blessed and honored to facilitate those. And this is a soul calling for me. I knew quite early on in my journey that I wasn't here really to do the one-to-one work so much. Can do it. Of course, like many of us on our spiritual path, are trained in Reiki, angelic healing, quantum healing. But I knew very early on that actually I'm here to gather people together. And this has been a lifelong journey for me, because even before I was spiritually awake, I love nothing more than having people around in my home, gathering them in my home. I created communities in other ways. I did 11 years of voluntary youth work, bringing young people together to explore where they were at in life. It's such a confusing age when you're a teenager. It was a lovely, safe container for them to come together to explore their own faith and beliefs, but also who they were, why they were in that journey of self-discovery period where, oh, it's so confusing. I've then also brought dance communities together. I've taught dance classes, young women, girls, maturer women, and I've loved every moment of it. It is just the thing that gives me the greatest soul fulfillment, even more than channeling and communicating with my spirit team, who I absolutely adore and love from every essence of my being. And even more than teaching, which is my, that's my, wow, that's my gift, that's my gift to share wisdom and knowledge. But I love even more than those things, bringing people together, because my soul knows that alone we can do great things. But when we come together as a collective with shared hopes, dreams, purpose, and vision, we are so powerful and we can do amazing things. Something I've also known for such a long time, a shared vision with my beloved, wonderful husband, Andrew, is to create a soul sanctuary. This vision we have held for, it must be 14 or 15 years now, literally as long as we have been together. We have spoken about creating a space where people can come to. I wasn't even consciously aware I was on a spiritual path. And my husband and I were talking about him doing art workshops, healing art therapy workshops, creative workshops, and me doing things like dance or yoga. And I'm not a yoga teacher, but I even spoke about these things with him. The gifts I had that I could explore. As a dancer, I knew I would probably be able to slip into yoga quite easily. There was something in both of us from that moment that we reconnected in this lifetime. We knew that we had not only come together to share this amazing life together, the highs, the lows, the roller coaster of life, but also to create communities together. And we're not quite ready to do that in the physical yet. But the exciting news I want to share with you today is that after a very long period, and I'm talking about a good couple of years, I've actually been quite isolated myself. I spoke about this last week in episode 8 when I was talking about that cave time, that feeling isolated, feeling almost lost on your spiritual path. I've been in a period of that for well over 2 years. And it has been quite lonely, but there's been great purpose in that. What came with that period was me, a realization, a kind of slow, bubbling realization that I had to step away from the old way that I had been working, because it no longer was aligned with either my vibrational frequency or the vibrational frequency of the communities I created. But also as well, it was no longer in alignment with the ascension path itself. The tools and resources that I had come to depend upon and rely upon had become very unstable, much like planet Earth is right now. the things that I was using to connect with people no longer worked in the way that I really needed them to. And I was becoming more and more and more frustrated with social media platforms. It was a constant and relentless jumping through hoops to get any visibility whatsoever without constantly either going live or daily or even 2 or 3 times a day posting and creating reels or even paying into the system by promoting posts, events, etc. And I simply wasn't prepared to play that game anymore. So as part of this isolation, and don't get me wrong, I've had loads of support over the last few years, especially off Barry, Helen and Jane. That has been profound, and I'm truly grateful from the bottom of my heart. But this period of isolation was for me to not only explore my own spiritual growth and healing, which I've spent so much time on, but it was also to explore the way I am working with people and how I need to be connecting and offering support to people moving forward. And I think the icing on the cake was when I received an email from Facebook to say that 6, almost 7 years worth of lives, which included many meditations and beautiful wisdom I had shared by channeling beings of light, was going to be deleted. And any future lives would also be deleted after 30 days. Because I wouldn't play the game, I never could get any traction on Instagram. And even though I had 3,500 followers on my business Facebook page, my reach each day was between 30 to 60 people because I wouldn't engage in the game. As devastated as I was to close my Facebook page, it no longer served the purpose I needed it to. It had become a stress that I didn't need in my life. And there were many beautiful souls. I had created a beautiful community, and it saddened me greatly to make that decision. But I knew I needed to focus my time and energy elsewhere. And so, beloveds, I want to share with you today, and I am so excited to do this. I am so, so excited to do this. The Ascension Café community. This is a space away from social media, from the noise, the distractions, the lower vibrational activity on social media. This is a space where we can come together once a month for a beautiful, deep, healing, and spiritually expansive workshop. I will be able to do live transmissions that nobody else can tell me when I delete them. I will be able to share wisdom through blogs with you, and you can all connect together. You can chat with one another individually or collectively. And at this stage, I am offering it to each and every one of you completely free of a financial charge. The energy exchange I ask from you is simply your presence. It is you joining the community, being a part of the community, chatting, sharing your wisdom with others, joining in the workshop once a month, joining in the lives. And inviting your friends too. So, beloveds, from my heart to yours, will you come on this journey with me? Shall we walk through these challenging times together, side by side? Growing, healing, doing planetary service work together, coming together with love and compassion for one another and for all of humanity in the animal kingdom, with a shared vision of love and hope for a better world. Take these words with you. And if you do feel guided to join me in the Ascension Café community, there is a link on the blog, there is a link on YouTube, and there is a link on Spotify. I'll also be sharing the information on my Monday Musings weekly email newsletter. And if you haven't subscribed to that, please do go along to carrieknott.com, CarrieKnott.com. Subscribe and you'll receive all the up-to-date information and also all the information about the Ascension Café community. You can also bob along to carrieknott.com and you can join the community from there. Better still, it's an app on your phone. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you'll be able to connect into the community. I can't wait to see you there. Much love and blessings from me. And may you walk ahead through this week with love, clarity, and compassion. Until next time, beloveds.